Let's blow this up.
Hi. Yeah, so okay, so we gotta do something about that video. Learning stuff already. What is up, Bomb Squad? Is Jason Sircone here with the F around and find out installment of Let's Blow This Up Live. So I haven't really done anything to market this. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you at all if you turned off, if you're turned on right now, because what I'm doing here is testing out the Streamyard platform. I've used this for podcasting, excuse me, but I have not used this yet for streaming live to the world. So if you're here joining me, thank you. I will try to do my best to make this slightly entertaining for the few minutes that we have to get there. What I need to test tonight. So I'm actually going to break protocol, look away from the camera, see if I'm live on my own Facebook feed, because again, I have no idea if that's how this would work or not. Yeah, apparently it says I'm live. Hey, look at me. Okay, so there's that. Well, that's good to know. All right, so we are officially live on Facebook for sure. What do we got going on LinkedIn? Does that go live too? Profile maybe? Yep. Hey, there it is. This is pretty freaking cool. All right, so now we know that it is live. I already learned today too that I can only stream to 3 platforms unless I'm willing to give StreamYard more money. And I'm not ready to make that commitment yet. So I had been advertising that this show would go live on Facebook on the Bombtrack Media page, Facebook on my personal page, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I made an executive decision, since I can only stream to 3 for the money I'm investing now, to just use my personal page for tonight's F around and find out session. So I won't know exactly where it's going to go until next week when we do the official live show, which I'll talk about here in a moment. So going forward, it's going to be on those 3 platforms. I'm still debating, and I want to thank my friend Jay Franzi for giving me another crash course. He's been on his game and helping me with some back end stuff here. That sounded terrible. He's been on his game and helping me with a lot of this production type work, and helped me figure out some things with StreamYard today before I went live. And there were a few questions that I'm glad I asked, and a few tips I'm glad he provided before I actually hit the go live button, just to set me up for how we're going to do this going forward. But in the meantime, I'm not 100% positive on whether I am going to put this on the Bombtrack Media website or if I'm just going to feed it to the social media platforms. I assume that it's going to be much easier for you to access this video or access this weekly live stream via Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So Facebook, if you're following the Bombtrack Media page, and if we're friends on Facebook, then you should get a notification when I'm going live. And just so you know, it will be every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, unless I specify otherwise, like I'm taking a night off or we don't have a show, whatever. Like, the objective here is to be live every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, like clockwork, with a new guest for your enjoyment. On YouTube, what you need to do if you want to watch the video on YouTube is you need to subscribe and click the bell so you'll get that notification. Because if you don't click the bell and you don't get notifications, then you will not know that the video is live. Now, again, if you're one of the cool kids, you will commit to memory that we are going live every Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. But to make life easier for yourself, just set up the notifications so you get that alert, or just put an event in your calendar, which is what I'm doing. So I remember to go live with you every Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. So this is Let's Blow This Up Live. And the reason why I wanted to start this live stream is kind of silly, and I mean, not silly is the wrong word, but call me old fashioned. I'm still blown away that we have this capability. I was in a communications program at the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford from 1998 to 2002, and we did radio in an old-fashioned studio. Not old, I mean, it had gear and whatnot, but not like we have today with podcasting, where we can just hit a button and our podcast goes live to the world. Same with video, cameras on the shoulder, and then you had to edit that video and cut it up and put it together, and it was a whole lengthy process. And going live to the world, just sitting here in my makeshift studio, the bomb shelter, if you will, then that just didn't exist. And to think that this capability is at our disposal is pretty damn cool. So, in an effort to continue bringing new content to you via Let's Blow This Up, I felt like doing a live stream was a great opportunity to continue these unscripted conversations that happened during season one. And that's going to continue as I put together themed seasons for season two, season three, so on and so forth. But doing this every week presents a new opportunity for me to have some absolutely epic conversations. I plan on going into these conversations unscripted. I don't want to have a lot of questions in front of me. I want to make these conversations as organic as we possibly can. And the reason why I chosen to do that, hold on. Here, I'm cheating. I just had a message. So I want to make sure that anybody that is trying to watch has access. So Kevin, I'm answering you now. So anyway, again, this tonight means nothing. This is all just to screw around with this thing and figure out how it works. So if I have to stop to message somebody so they can find this live feed, that is happening. So as I was saying, with the hold on, I want to make sure that I F around and find out, guys. That's what's happening. Okay. All right. If anybody's actually watching, could you please comment? And I'm actually going to try this. I'll get back to the story here in a minute. I am going to see. Okay, testing this out. Here we go. Sorry, guys, just seeing how this works as I comment. Comment test. I want to see what happens. Okay, we do have one person watching on LinkedIn. What's up, Mike? Thank you for letting me know. All right, so I just submitted a comment through Facebook myself to see what happens, and nothing's happening yet. So that's interesting. So, all right, here's the deal. I can see it on Facebook. I am actually looking at myself right now. This is really kind of trippy, but anyway, I'm looking at my video now. If anybody else is watching on Facebook, could you please drop a comment and let me know that you are, because I just want to make sure this is actually working for everyone else besides myself, because I don't need to see myself on Facebook. Also, if anybody watching on Facebook, confirm that by clicking on my profile picture, because as I look at my profile, it says live. So there's that. All right, here's Kevin. What's up, Kevin? I'm glad it's working on LinkedIn. If you guys, Kevin, I know you're messaging me about Facebook, so go to Facebook and look at my profile picture. It should have live around it. If you click on it, that might pull it up. Let me know if that works. And while my the good man Kevin Masuda is doing that, I will continue the story as to why I plan on going live every Wednesday at 8:00 p.m. for Let's Blow This Up Live. So, as I said, the conversations that took place in season one of Let's Blow This Up ended up being completely organic. I did bring a few questions with me, but what ended up happening was we just started talking, and the conversations just rolled, and it was great. Okay, so Collins doesn't mean so you can't see me on Facebook because that's kind of beat if that's the case. But again, that's why we're here. We can fuck around and find out what is wrong with all this stuff. All right. Let me double check something here. It says I'm live on Facebook, so I do not know what the deal is. What I think I will try for the world premiere next week, and maybe I'll even do another test run and not tell anybody because, all right, Collins is telling me that Facebook will not work. That is just super. Well, again, why we're here. So again, and that's what's weird about this. I can see it myself on Facebook. I just went and looked, and it's there. And again, maybe it's just showing for me for some reason. But what I will try to do, and I will f around with this before we do the world premiere next week, is I will run it from the Bombtrack Media Facebook page and see if that works. Because I don't understand why I can see it and you guys can't. Weird. But anyway, okay. So back to the story again. So the conversations were organic and they were a lot of fun. And I feel like bringing that to a live environment fits perfectly. I've been listening to a lot more Joe Rogan lately, and I know that a lot of you guys listen to Joe Rogan as well, obviously, the most popular podcast in the world. And I've not only been listening to it for entertainment, but also just studying the conversations and how he goes about producing that show. And I feel like those organic conversations, that's what makes that podcast so great. They can go in a number of different directions. And you're tuning in because you love Joe Rogan as a host. You most likely know the guests that he's featuring, and the conversations are wild. They're out of control, but in a lot of ways, they're so informative in a number of different ways that I wanted to bring an element of that to this platform and have conversations on Let's Blow This Up that mimic to some degree what you're seeing on the Joe Rogan Experience. Now, oh yeah, sure, okay, you're going to try to be or be like the biggest podcast in the world. No, there are things to emulate, and if you're not striving to be the best, what the hell are you even doing? So that was my motivation because I want to test myself in this live environment to have these conversations in an unscripted fashion. No script, like I said, no script, no questions, just come into it prepared, because that's how I come into any podcast environment, or whether I'm the host, whether I'm the guest. I want to make sure I know who I'm talking to and what we're going to talk about. But for the most part, I just want to let it roll. So we're going to turn the mics on, and we're to come at you every Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. From 8 to 9 o'clock, I'd like to try to go about an hour with these conversations, and we're just going to let it fly. So to kick this off, and this is going to be a lot of fun, and it's almost what I wanted, because we were going to, how do I get, yeah, I was like, okay, we didn't need Collins on there that whole time. Sorry I left you up there that long, man. I was lost in the story. But anyway, what we're going to do going forward for all these conversations, again, bring it to you for about an hour. The first one next week, I was hoping to get the whole crew from season 1 of Let's Blow This Up. I wanted to have 8 people, including one of them being me, coming at you for a full season 1 reunion, full cast reunion. But unfortunately, we can only get about a little over half. We've got myself, we've got Jay Franzi, we've got Alexander Watkins, we've got Stacy Scavio, and Steve Raddick. So if you haven't listened to season 1 of Let's Blow This Up, you can go find that on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Wherever you're listening to podcasts, you can check that out. And great, like I said, the conversations all end up just being organic, unscripted. We did have a little bit of those elements of going off in a small tangent here and there, but it was still controlled, because I knew going in that I was going to ask Stacy a question about The Office, and I knew going in that I was going to ask Steve a question about House and The West Wing. And I knew going in that I was going to talk to Jay about how to prepare a steak, not knowing that he was going to come back with a really bad answer and have to go listen to the episode to understand that if you haven't already. But Let's Blow This Up, fully accessible on your favorite podcast platforms. The full videos are all available on YouTube, so you can check out the full video versions of each podcast. And I've got blog posts and all kinds of information with links to the guests and everything you need at bombtrackmedia.com on the blog. Each episode has its own blog post with all the information you need. So whether you want to listen, watch, or read about season 1 of Let's Blow This Up, it's all ready and waiting for you. So let's blow this up live. I'll say the time one more time because I'm trying to hammer it into your head every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to hear this here or watch us here. I'm also going to extract the audio and I'm going to put it on the Bombtrack. I'm sorry, on the Let's Blow This Up podcast feed. So every Friday, you'll be able to listen to the live stream after I give it a little bit of a polish. But here, we're just going to let it fly. We're going to see what happens. So again, I'm a little upset about this whole Facebook thing. I don't know why this is not working for anybody else, yet it is working for me. But I guess also the comment that I made to see if it would work did not pop up in here either. So try logging out of Facebook and logging back in. That's a thought. Let's see what happens when that goes down. Give me 1 minute, guys. Stand by. All right, same deal. Still says I'm live when you click on the profile picture, and that pulls up the live feed. I don't get it. All right, Kevin, good thought. It didn't work. Unless you guys are able to see it. Close that. All right, so it looks like for Facebook, let me try something here. I can't change anything now, so stream is already live, can't change that. Oh, weird, man. Let me try something and see if this works. All right, we are going to remove this from Facebook. To delete the stream on Facebook, you need to go to Facebook and delete the stream. Okay. All right, let's try this, you guys. I'm going to push this to the Bombtrack Media Facebook page. If someone would be so good as to check that out to see if this is now streaming there. I'm going to guess it won't because we are mid-stream, but it's worth a shot because none of this is relevant right now. Nope, I'm not seeing it on there. How about any of you guys? Kevin, try the YouTube page, and it says this page is oh good. Great. So the only place this is actually working is LinkedIn. That's, well, it's good to know. Again, I don't understand the Facebook thing and why I could see it but no one else could. That makes zero sense to me. All right, we're going to do this. And one more time, I'm trying to push it to my page. And again, I think probably because this is midstream, this is not going to pick up. So I may just go live on Facebook when this is over to explain why no one could see this. It's annoying. All right, well, for my friends on LinkedIn that are watching this, yeah, exactly. That's why we're here tonight, because apparently I've got some homework ahead of me to try to figure out what the hell is happening. So, yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap this up, and then I'm going to go onto Facebook and just do a straight from Facebook live to explain what the hell happened and why no one could see this, and that will do it. So, to summarize, for anybody that's actually seeing the full version of this feed in this video, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we're going to go live with new conversations. We're going to kick this series off with 4 and 5, if you include me, members of Season 1 or participants, collaborators from Season 1 of Let's Blow This. How? I shut that off. This is... Well, this is great. Okay, so apparently it's working on the Bombtrack media page now. This was after I just shut that down. I'm checking this out now just to see if it's working on my end. It is. I started off earlier saying how blown away I am that we have this technology. These little glitches bring my enthusiasm down just a little bit at a time. So there's that. Kevin, is that on my is that on, so this is on my profile page too? You guys can see me on both? This is lame because I don't even know how I did that. Mr. J. Franzi, if you're out there watching, you got to let me know what I did right and what I did wrong here because I am at a loss. But anyway, so again, we're going to do this every week and we're going to do it right. I promise you that. I am going to make sure that these glitches are fixed. Again, this is why I set this up tonight because I did not want to be having these problems. When I am joined by guests, I want to be having good quality kick-ass conversations for you to enjoy in that time frame. So by next week, this will be fixed. I will figure out where we missed. I will figure out what is up with YouTube as well. And we'll go from there. So again, if you guys, I mean, like, there's only a few of you and you guys have already expressed your thoughts. So thank you for that. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. And now that it is live on Facebook, I'm still not seeing it on my feed, but at least it's showing on the Bombtrack media page. There's that. All right. I am going to go live on Facebook when I wrap this up and explain what happened. So anyway, join me next week along with Jay Franzi, Steve Raddick, Alexander Watkins, and Stacy Scavia for the world premiere installment of Let's Blow This Up Live, streaming on LinkedIn, hopefully streaming on Facebook when it's supposed to, and on YouTube because it's supposed to. I'll be working on that probably all night because this kind of shit bothers me. If I can't figure this out, I'll end up not going to sleep until I do, and that kind of sucks. Nevertheless, again, why I'm here tonight was to do this very thing, work out the bugs, see what's going on with this platform, as I have never used it for live streaming until now. So cherry popped, here we are. And I think that is going to wrap this up. So to Kevin, to Collins, to Mike, to anyone else that's out there that may not have commented, I do appreciate you taking the time to tune in and check this out and screw around with me for a few minutes. If you're watching anywhere else, thank you for being here. Again, next week, we're going to have this all worked out. You can be back here, wherever you're watching, at 8 o'clock p.m. for the world premiere of Let's Blow This Up Live. It's going to be a good time. I hope you're ready for it. So again, thank you for being here. for this F around and find out session. Stay tuned if you're near Facebook, because I'm going to do a straight from Facebook Live to explain. I don't even know what I'm going to explain. I don't know what happened. But for anybody that was trying to watch it on Facebook, I will at least want to provide an explanation for that. So again, thanks, guys. We'll be back with you next week. And until then, stay explosive. Good night.